Sound.
That's odd.
Is it?
Yes.
It's the soundboard. It's probably down.
Hi, welcome to Monday Morning Recap. Are we live, Giorgio?
We are.
We are. Look at that. Is that nice? Do we hear everybody?
We do.
That's a fun thing.
We.
Look, we're super early today. I feel like it's only 3:45 East Coast. Mm-hmm. You know?
Feels good.
It feels really good.
It's
Energized.
4:45 East Coast.
Is it really? Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that. Giorgio, you changed my computer for me. I appreciate it.
I like the
You're welcome.
Yeah.
hashtag Islam.
Boy,
I don't know
Islam.
if we're going to get the
Makhachev.
results we're looking for out
That
of
was
that.
me.
Maybe. Look,
I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop Islam.
We'll talk about that. But first, we got some college basketball on tap. It was a massacre over the weekend.
Yeah.
A massacre.
Ohio State included. The top 6 teams lost as well. Everybody's losing in the top 25. Auburn does not look like the team, by the way.
I mean, no one's
getting
a
a
team.
little. No one's a team. There's no team this year.
Well, I listen to you guys' show. I'm a big fan of you guys' college basketball show. You guys seem to be convinced that Gonzaga, this was their year. This was it this week.
I liked the.
They lost to a top 25 team. That's
They lost
crazy.
to a
Conference rival, top
their
25
biggest
team,
rival,
yeah.
top 25 team on the road.
Okay.
Not that bad. Honestly, as we like to say in college football, quality loss.
Quality loss.
Yeah,
Quality loss.
but aren't all of these for the most part, like even yesterday's, like with Ohio State with Maryland, right? The Big Ten is fucking hard. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you go through that gauntlet and try to go 500.
That's why there hasn't been a Big Ten team to win the national championship since Michigan State in, 2000? 2001?
Yeah.
Mateen Cleaves.
And that's the classic Big Ten argument. They're like, oh, shit, man, we just beat each other up. And then by the time we get to the tournament, we suck dick.
That's
But
not
we're so
how
beat
that.
up.
Why would that be the case?
It's not.
Why would
It's
playing
not.
a
It's a
bunch
terrible
of
argument.
Why
It's
would
a terrible
playing
argument.
a bunch of hard teams make you worse?
It should make you better,
You'd think so,
but it isn't.
yeah.
And I can't figure it out.
If it's making you worse, then you have a mental toughness problem.
Yeah, I agree.
But playing in the WCC, that's a fucking league.
well, so there's
It's a pretty good league this year.
It is a good league this
It
year,
is.
but there's a you want to find the Goldilocks zone, right?
Right.
You don't want to play against all bitches.
Yeah.
And you don't want to just get your shit kicked in every fucking game where
Yeah.
it's like, God damn, dude, like when is this gonna end?
Well, St. Mary's is 24-6 on the year, and they're 12-3 in that conference, and that's not bad.
I believe they might now be tied for the lead league with Gonzaga.
Well, Gonzaga's 13-1, but
Yeah, no.
yeah,
It's
Oh, they're not-
Gonzaga's
they're
only got
second.
one
They're a-
conference loss.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
So
an
no.
easy second, but that was a pretty good game. St. Mary's is probably going to win a tournament game.
Yeah, they're winning a couple.
They're
I
in
don't know
line
about
for
a
like
couple.
a 4 seed right now. I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah. So.
Is Sister Jean still alive?
Wrong
Well,
school.
Wrong
but-
school.
No, I understand
yeah,
that.
she is alive.
Yeah.
What school?
Well, Loyola.
Loyola Chicago.
Yes, I'm all in on them. How
I
are they
don't-
doing
well,
that?
I'm
No, I mean,
They're a
Porter
tournament
Mosier's gone.
I'm against everything
coach
that comes out of
at
Chicago.
Oklahoma.
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
The deep dish is my jam. I'm good for
Detroit
deep
style
dish.
pizza is better than Chicago deep dish.
Portillo's.
That's a
Via
fucking-
313.
Yeah, 313.
Well,
Yeah, via 313.
It's best pizza in
there's
Austin.
there's like 4 of them in Austin. Somebody
They're
actually
great.
brought me some to the fucking.
One's over
salsa
by the
party.
new office, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
one. Yeah, right down from my house. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 10 minutes from my place. Yeah.
so look, the rankings just came out about a half hour ago. Gonzaga and Arizona remain 1-2, even though they both lost.
Why not?
Okay.
Well, who's
I mean,
going to
what
jump
do you do
them?
when the first 6 teams lose? I can't remember a weekend like this. Has it happened?
Well, we have cleared the path for Duke to get a 1 seed, haven't we?
It's
It's looking like that,
because
yeah.
Duke didn't lose. Duke. So we're
Annihilated.
gonna talk about
Well,
this
they
a
didn't
little
lose
bit
because the ACC is just
Yeah,
maybe the
Syracuse
worst
is terrible.
conference
Syracuse is
in
terrible.
basketball.
So
Syracuse is
I bet the
awful.
first half of that game, it was -4, it was -7 for the game. At one point, they were up 35 in the first half.
Yeah, I think it was like 45-10 or something like that.
It was.
It was bad.
Because I made my wife flip over to it. She was like, "Why? I got $100 in the first half." And I was like, "Just flip over to it." And she was like, "Holy shit!" She was like, "I hope you took Duke." And I was like, "I did. Yeah. I did." Is this the year that Duke wins it all for Coach K and rides off into the
I don't
sunset?
know.
This is his last year.
They're not going to win, but I think they will probably get to 1 or 2. I don't know if they'll get to 1 because honestly, I don't know if Arizona is going to get bumped out. Like the Pac-12 is not good enough to knock them out at this point. You're playing so many conference games. They're probably going to roll through that. But Duke is playing conference games too, and they're in the ACC, so they're not going to lose for a while. They're probably going to be a 1 or 2 seed going into the fucking. Well, I would say they're definitely going to be a 1 seed going into the tournament. They'll be one of the 4 1 seeds. Yeah,
They're
probably.
gonna lay out this just soft ass path to the Final Four for fucking Coach K.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. They're going to make the Final Four. Coach K is going to ride off into the sunset. It's going to be fucking terrible.
I agree. I don't think it's terrible for college basketball.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I do. I don't think it's terrible for college basketball. I'm with you. I think they'll lay out the easiest path possible to try to get them there. And it'll be because look, you're already seeing those promos in your head. The Christian Laettner, the shot, all of those
One
combined
last
with
ride.
yes, dude. Like we're already seeing that.
Yeah.
One shining
I'm with
moment.
you. Yes, 100%. I'm with you. So
Coach K cutting down the nets.
since the top 25 just got released here, let's go through the top 10 real quick. We got Gonzaga at 1.
They still deserve to be there. They didn't have a bad loss. In fact, the only team that did have a bad loss out of these 6 was Arizona.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all understandable.
Elevation, though.
Yeah, sure.
Elevation loss. Come on.
Tucson
Colorado.
is elevated.
I know.
So I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
We got Baylor at Arizona's at 2. Baylor's at 3.
So Baylor won.
Yes.
They beat Kansas.
They beat Kansas.
And they deserve
then
to jump.
They jumped up. So now Baylor tonight, interesting game tonight here in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
They're playing Texas tonight. I might take my son to this game just because it's a 3:20 matchup here, which is fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind of team Baylor is. Obviously, they won it last year.
They're athletic.
Can they win it all again? Can they repeat?
That's anyone. A 5 seed could win it all this year. Like the field it's wide fucking open.
They play good defense. Typically, that helps come tournament time. Right?
Yeah.
And as Dan acknowledges, Scott Drew has a championship pedigree.
Well, he does now.
Is now, yeah.
Dan
Last year.
Championship winning coach. yeah.
Dan hated Scott Drew. Dan's main argument against Baylor last year was Scott Drew never does it.
Well, Scott Drew only got his job because the former coach covered up murder. So
Which that's what you want a coach to do.
Yeah.
Look at Urban Meyer. Fucking champions down there in Florida.
Fair.
Covered up multiple murders there on that team. I don't care. As long as we win a championship, I don't care if murder or crime is committed.
covering up murder's fine, but like covering up murder of a teammate, not so great.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the
Depends-
team
That's
any good.
That's gonna be a lot.
Depends on the teammate.
Yes.
If the guy was a cunt, nobody liked him.
Exactly. What was Urban Meyer's position at Florida?
Head coach.
So it wasn't Pope?
No.
Yeah, so who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Let him.
I want here. Speaking of the Pope, I don't want to get all political and shit.
Cool
but
Pope?
I want no, that guy's a cunt. But I want like a fucking American Pope from like Alabama or something.
You're not going to get that.
I want to see a guy going to third world countries.
Not Alabama,
as
maybe the Northeast.
No, Alabama,
Yeah,
bro.
maybe the
No.
Northeast.
I want to see an Alabaman dude go to fucking like Columbia.
Are Catholic churches allowed in Alabama?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
But, I
they're in
mean-
Georgia. They're in
Well,
Georgia.
Alabama's slightly worse than Georgia.
Yeah,
let's be
I
real.
agree.
But Alabama Pope. Alabama Pope. And it's just like, he's like, hey, all you Mexicans from Colombia out there. Like, he doesn't know how to identify each one of the different ethnicities and nationalities and shit. That would be, we should make a fucking TV show about that. It's like that movie where John Goodman becomes king.
Yeah, King
accidentally.
Ralph.
King Ralph. But it's like the Pope. It's instead of young Pope with fucking Jude Law, it's Alabama Pope.
Yeah.
And it's starring, I don't know, like fucking
Billy Bob Thornton.
no,
Can't be worse than Young Pope. So
John C.
Young
Riley.
Pope was dope,
it
dude.
was awful.
I wanted to see him bone. That was it. You know?
You made it past like 20 minutes of that show?
Yeah. I wanted to see him bone, dude.
Who would be a good actor for that? A Southern, maybe Billy Bob Thornton.
I think Billy Bob's
Billy
his right
Bob's-
age.
I feel like
the
you would take him
only-
too seriously though, because
the
he's
only guy
actually
left.
he's actually a great actor.
Yeah.
Well, it's about, are
I
you
feel
making
like
a
he's just-
comedy?
it's
Is
just
he
maybe
making a
bad Santa and a Pope
Yeah.
outfit.
Well, that's a good point actually. My second thought was Timothy Olyphant. He's got a natural Southern accent as well, but he's also a good actor.
Yeah.
Billy Bob can play white trash better.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, by the way,
What
just
if it was
signed on
Walt-
to direct the new Justified series.
Oh shit. That would be
Weird.
good. Well,
Weird.
speaking of that, maybe
Yeah.
what about Walton Goggins as the Pope?
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be the
that's
best.
fucking
Holy
solid.
You watched
shit, dude.
Righteous Gemstones?
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
ended last night with a fucking
Everything
bang.
Walton Goggins has ever done, from the transgendered woman he played on fucking Sons of Anarchy to the cop on The Shield to vice presidents or vice principals
Yep.
rather. Everything he's ever done has been great, and
He's
it's the
amazing.
same fucking character every single time.
Yeah.
with the big ass teeth and shit. That's it. Let's cast that. Go ahead, do it.
Sure. Yeah, well,
Sports.
I'll make a call. Sports. Duke is in at number 4. Auburn at number 5.
The coaches poll has Duke at number 2.
Fuck the coaches.
I know it doesn't matter. But that-
Kansas,
but
your
that-
beloved Kansas is at
Talk
6.
about people that don't watch games.
His fucking coach.
Coaches.
Yeah, but it's like, does that, to your point from before, does that kind of telegraph that there's some kind of establishment move to prop up Duke for this run.
Well,
Always.
first off, Coach
They're
K is
25
voting
and
himself
4.
number one.
Yeah, and they're 25-4. Like, it's not that they haven't had a good year. They have. Shit. Kentucky came in at 7. They got housed over the weekend. Purdue.
That was a fine loss. They did.
at Arkansas.
They were playing really bad for a while. They did close it back up, but Arkansas is, I would say, a top 15 when they're good. A top 15 toughest place to play in the country.
Did you see the Arkansas fans hassling Calipari at dinner afterwards?
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, the Arkansas fans.
They also
Fuck
didn't
Arkansas fans.
storm the court, right? Because they already had to pay the fine against Auburn.
Yes,
maybe.
I believe so, yeah.
Because I think the administration asked, please do not storm the court again.
I love
We do
that.
not have the
That's
money.
the first SEC school to ever ask that. Like, so they're the poorest school in the SEC.
I guess.
Arkansas.
Dude, Arkansas fans, there's not a more delusional fan base. They think they should be Kentucky in basketball, and they think they should be
they did.
Alabama in football.
Well, they did win a national championship in the 90s with Nolan Richardson.
They won one, great.
I understand that.
I get, and that's impressive. It's more than Missouri has for sure, but it's that was a one-off national champion.
Yes,
You
I'm
know
going
what I
to counter with the most delusional fan base in the SEC, sitting right next to me.
mean? Not even close. Are you kidding me?
The fact
need
that
to-
you think that you're like a competent program in any sport, that alone is
Wrestling.
Yeah,
Great wrestling.
we
Fucking, well,
won.
they're gone, right?
I was
Wrestling's
literally
done.
at
No,
the school
what are you
when we were
talking
ranked number
about?
1 in football. Your school been ranked number 1 in football?
won-
Yeah,
They won a
Holy
national
Matrix.
championship,
They
bitch.
won a
Holy
national
Matrix, bitch.
championship,
Well,
yeah.
did they?
Yeah,
They did in my mind that
It's
year.
adorable.
No,
Yeah,
it's
they
in
did
the
my
record.
mind.
It's in the record books,
Yeah.
guys. Holy Matrix champions.
Wikipedia is
I don't
not
care.
the record books, okay?
Right.
not.
It's the NCAA record
Some
book.
UCF guy found Amazon self-publishing. And
We should make our own Guinness Book of World Records and just put a bunch of ridiculous shit in there.
You can call and request and then do the ridiculous shit if you want.
No, I know, but let's call it something else, like the Drinkin' Bros Book of World
the
Records.
so
Hard
Guinness,
as
it's
fuck.
based
Hard as
after
fuck,
the beer,
something.
so the
Yeah.
hard as fuck world records.
There was a grill, like this guy's submitting to the Guinness Book of World Records out in Dripping Springs, where I live. And he said it's the biggest outdoor barbecue pit in the world. So he's having a guy come out from Guinness to verify it, and they're going to try to do that on the land.
We're just gonna
seems-
find the dumbest records that we
Correct.
break. Yeah.
Correct. And that's what people do.
At some point, that's not a barbecue grill; it's just a forest fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Trash
I mean, if it's organized,
Yeah, right.
Then yeah.
Then it's fine. Providence comes in at 9. I don't
They
believe in
stink.
Providence.
No, you
I
shouldn't.
agree. They're 24-3 though. Wisconsin is capping out the
Providence
top 10.
keeps figuring out how to win games. I don't understand.
It's weird.
how. Like there was
It
a
is.
game of I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago where like they were down with 2 minutes left and the roof started to leak, so they had to delay the game. And then they came back and rode the momentum of the roof leak.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've only played 2 good teams all year, and it was Connecticut and Seton Hall, and they
Well,
won.
Villanova.
When do they play Villanova?
They've lost to Villanova, and they're going to lose to Villanova.
They're in
again.
Villanova's conference.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Bob, pull up mybookie.com. What is the spread on tonight's
I don't see-
Baylor-Texas game?
Let's see, where's
I
that
believe
I'm
I
not
checked
betting
it
it.
earlier. I want to say Texas is a dog. It's
it's
like
down
1.5,
here. Yeah.
plus 1.5.
Ooh.
I don't hate
take
that.
Baylor. I'd still take Baylor.
I think you're good either way. Texas fans have actually showed out a little bit this year for once, although Tech embarrassed them at home. Did you hear about this?
Yep.
We were downtown drinking that
Oh, yeah,
day.
we were there that
Yeah.
day. Dan and I were down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tech embarrassed them, but for other games, when a less animated fan base from Texas comes to town, they've showed out pretty well.
The hilarious thing is when Dan and I were down there, it was all Tech fans. We hardly saw any Longhorn fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do Baylor fans travel, and isn't that like a dry campus or some
Yeah,
shit?
Baylor's what, an hour and a half away?
Nah, it's
Waco's
like
not even
45,
that.
50
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, it's an hour
50
and a half.
minutes.
With
It's like an
traffic?
hour.
With
and
traffic, it's an
change.
hour and 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baylor is dry as fuck. I mean, Baylor is Baptist BYU. Let's be real about that.
We
Like
sent Laszlo Lopez there for the BYU game.
We did.
Yeah, but do they come down here for fucking Rumspringa? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
not a lot.
I-
I mean,
I
they
might-
moved down here after
I might
they
go
graduated.
tonight. I might
think
take my kids
we
tonight.
need to fucking sponsor Baylor with hard as fuck and get all their fans shit faced.
Every
Yeah.
guy and girl that I've met from Baylor is weird.
They're weird. Like, they have actually really attractive women.
Like
but
Mormons or?
Mermans.
Like born agains.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
They,
it's
they
very
get
much,
baptized when they're like 30 again.
Oof.
It's the type of thing
yeah,
where,
you
like,
got to get boosted, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Even Jesus needs a booster. God damn it.
Are they getting recirced? I mean, I'll jump in the fray.
If you go to Baylor and you like date a girl there, or like you're
You're getting married like junior year.
you're getting married junior year, you're going to go to a Bible study.
Oh, no.
If.
Like it's that like
Gross.
Was like, babe, you want to go out? And like, yeah, after Bible study.
Get recirced like, remember Hellboy had to get his fucking horns filed down?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me. I've got like an eagle talon coming out of the end of my dick. So it's
You have the same personality as Ron Perlman in real life.
I do,
too.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
a piece of shit. Yeah.
Just real rugged, short answers. He's the same way.
Yeah, but I'm not a cunt. That dude's a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's rude to people who
He's
are
a
trying to help
character
him.
actor.
Great Twitter follow.
Well, he grew. Here's the real shit.
Method actor.
Since we've had
No, he
a
went,
couple
he
white
went,
freedoms.
He went reverse. He didn't method act. He just, after his character on TV got popular, he became that character. in real life.
100%. And that's true.
It's super lame.
Yep.
No, he's just the guy from Drive.
No, he's not. I've known him before and after Sons of Anarchy. Once Sons of Anarchy blew up, he became that character, and that's what everybody wanted.
I mean, that's fine. That's a good character to be.
It is.
We all have
It's like
midlife-
Costner in Yellowstone, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to be somebody, be a
Right.
fucking rancher from Montana.
Yeah.
I do want to see him fight Ted Cruz.
Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman
He's a
would beat
big guy.
Ted Cruz to death.
He's a big
no,
guy.
but Ron Perlman's also like 70 years
it doesn't
old.
matter.
Doesn't matter. He's a big guy in real
How
life.
old is Ted Cruz?
Ted Cruz is not that old.
No, he's
Ted
not
Cruz
that old.
looks a lot older than he is.
He does, and he's smaller. Like, dude, Ron Perlman in real life is fucking huge.
Ted
they-
Cruz looks like a gay mortician to me.
They've challenged each other online to fights.
So just do it then.
Like,
So
what
they
if,
should-
like,
let's
if
do it.
Dracula was
Ron Perlman's
a
like
cuck?
6'1", and he's a pretty fucking beefy dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ron Perlman would murder him.
Well, he's shrinking, right?
Maybe. I don't think either one of them has ever been in a real fight in their lives, though. Probably, right? Ron Perlman's been in scripted fights, I guess, which
Ron-
is something.
Yeah,
He is
tough to say.
trained for
Yeah.
some
Tough to say.
type of
Yeah.
fighting.
Ted Cruz's dad was rich, and he went to a fucking Ivy League school.
And
so
also
I doubt.
killed JFK. But
Yeah.
Nah, George H.W. Bush killed JFK.
Kill JFK. Kill JFK. Let's switch over to baseball here, lockout wise. They're saying today was supposed to be the day where they were like, look, half this, part of the season is going to get canceled. What's the real fucking story with what's going on? The two sides are way, way far apart, according to sources in the meetings.
that's awesome. Let's go.
It's great, right?
It's great for us.
It's great for me too. The Braves won. I want to see 2 years.
Yeah, just ride it
2
out.
years of I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only time I'm fine with it is when the Braves are champions and it's like, great, let's have it be another year.
I'd be more okay with it if we didn't have a chance to just win again.
Yeah.
Which we do.
Oh, and Acuna's coming back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
we won it without our best player.
I know.
The Braves have another fucking like 6 to 8 years in their fucking win zone, so I'm not really worried about this bullshit. I'm more concerned about the game itself.
Yeah, so what's going to happen with that?
I don't know. The Players Association is now as of earlier today, they've organized a fully staffed stadium and facility in Mesa for players to go train on their own. So they're not expecting to be admitted into any kind of team facility anytime soon.
Great.
I would kind of dig a short season though. Like, give me 60 games. Just
So
to-
you want another COVID season?
Yeah, just a race
Just do
to
it
the
like
pennant.
so. The Southern League, AA baseball. They play 2 half seasons, and the winner of those 2 seasons goes to the playoffs, right? Or I mean, you could do something like that. Where the
Baseball
top-
has done that before.
Yeah, like-
for
yeah.
one of the other stretch.
Get weird with it.
Yeah, I like the idea of playing 2 half seasons. I mean, all the stats count towards one season, but having stakes in the middle of the season is a big deal, I think.
So if you want to do something like that, I think the best way to do it would be you get into the playoffs by series wins.
Yeah,
So that every series
Yeah,
matters.
yeah.
I kind of think that's cooler. So like every 3-game series, you have to win 2 out of 3 or sweep. And maybe you get an extra point for sweeping, or like a tiebreaker would be your actual game record or something like that.
It would make the regular games more important for sure.
Yeah.
And I think more and more people would be interested in it.
Yeah.
So I'm in for that.
yeah, but it makes the rubber game in a series more important.
Huge.
But if you won the first 2, then you don't really have any reason to play hard in the third.
Well,
game,
so you
right?
would still need it for seeding purposes. Maybe you get an extra point or something if you sweep. And the other thing, though, too, is that maybe the rubber game is whatever, but a lot of times the rubber game is whatever anyway. And also, it might make winning the second game might become more important because maybe you can just jack off the third game and reset your pitching type of thing. You know what I mean?
I like that. I think that'd be a blast to watch.
I think it adds a layer of strategy. I think, which
I agree
and
with
if you're
that.
going to the game as a fan, then you would root harder because that third game actually means something.
Right.
You'd actually start scheduling your tickets that way of like, all right, shit,
Dude, I'm
let's
going
go
to
to that
rubber.
Sunday game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bryce Harper posted a photo on his Instagram earlier of himself in a Yomiuri Giants jersey. That is a team based in
Tokyo, yeah.
And it says, hey, Yomiuri Giants, you up, got some time to kill. And he had somebody Photoshop him in their jersey.
It's great.
Which is pretty interesting. So
This is going to be a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the media is saying that Rob Manfred, this is self-inflicted.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, why though?
It's a
like, can you explain it?
It's like a $20 billion revenue sport, and they're arguing over a couple of $1 million because the owners don't want to give the players any kind of fucking leverage at all. That's what it is. They want to be able to. They want expanded playoffs, and they don't want to give anything in return for it. They want more games in the playoffs, the same way the NFL wanted more games in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying, okay, we'll stop manipulating people's service time, or we'll increase minimum salaries for people that qualify certain ways. We'll have more people that are eligible for arbitration, and we're not going to have a fucking salary cap. All that stuff. Like, none of that stuff was on the table for the owners. The owners completely cocked this whole thing up.
And another one that was really interesting in terms of getting the owners to pay more money, but this is more of a free market situation than a arbitrated situation or whatever, is they wanted to get rid of the compensation draft pick.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, so Freddie Freeman's a free agent, right? So the way that works is the Braves, I think they already did make him a shitty qualifying offer. So you make that through the motions qualifying offer so that if another team signs him, you steal a draft pick from that
You
team.
get like their second round draft pick, basically.
Okay.
Right. So what that means, though, is what that was preventing is teams got so moneyball, so invested in draft picks that, like, a lot of them were really worried about the draft picks, and others just use it as a fucking excuse to not fucking pay money. But ripping out that draft compensation essentially takes away any excuse the owners have other than, I just don't want to spend money on free agents.
Yeah.
Because the last couple of years, it wasn't that bad last year, but 2-3 years ago, people forget, like, half the free agent class wasn't signed going into spring training because no one wanted to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that. It was right after, because they usually meet in Vegas in the winter, right around December-ish, January-ish.
Or Florida, depends, yeah.
Yeah.
They switch it. But, yeah, it's this one has been very weird, and you can tell that the owners they're spending money behind the scenes. They're like manipulating the press. So AP ran a story on Thursday last week, and it was like Max Scherzer showed up in his Porsche to the fucking to the meetings. Like, Max Scherzer showed up in a Porsche. The fucking owners showed up in PJs.
Yeah.
They showed up in private jets. Are you fucking kidding me? That's your fucking story?
That was fucking bananas.
Yeah, and it's like all these fucking baseball reporters. Passan's been okay with it because he's being more honest, but Heyman's trying to be like cheerful and shit.
Yeah.
He said, contradictory, this is a tweet from yesterday, contradictory to all the negativity and upset surrounding the Major League Baseball and player talks. One person involved said he believes the sides are now, quote, within striking distance, end quote, and a deal could be done tomorrow night, meaning tonight. Luxury tax remains a sticky issue, but a $225 to $230 million threshold should work. And immediately, Zach Britton, who's one of the top dudes on the Players Association, just said this is not accurate.
Yeah,
perfect.
So they're just fucking lying about shit.
Yeah.
The owners are saying, we're this close, we just need you guys to budge this much, but the owners haven't given up shit.
Right.
And they're trying to use it's just like government shit. They're just trying to use the
So
media.
what gets resolved first? This or Russia-Ukraine?
I would say Russia-Ukraine.
No question.
Dead serious. Really?
Baseball, they'll be back to work. A deal will get done today, or it'll get done sometime early in the week.
I don't think it will.
What's the window they have before they start canceling regular season games?
Today.
It's today.
Is it today?
Yes, today.
Dude, it's fucking bullshit. Another thing worth noting, I forget the numbers, but
But I don't care, by the way. I'll watch the Japanese or Korean baseball leagues. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, how
I
does
just
that-
want to
will.
see baseball.
You will, but it's bad for American sports fans of baseball, where it's just like, dude, fuck off. This is the second stoppage in 3 years.
Forget about the fans. It's bad for the fucking cities that spent somewhere between $200 and $500 million for those stadiums and investment that they're not going to be able to recoup because these cunts aren't playing baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Also me, like, how do I recover from the MLB package I bought 10 years ago that I forgot to cancel all the last 9 years?
I wonder if those cocksuckers auto-renewed.
It auto-renews every time.
Every year they
so
renew.
how
Yeah.
does that affect
It does
me?
it in February. I wonder if it's done it yet for me.
You got to peek. You got to take a little
Yeah, I
peek.
got to check my bank. I never did.
Also in baseball, Derek Jeter stepped down from the Marlins CEO position. That's interesting.
He did, and his exact statement was,
Also,
they're going in a different direction
Yeah.
than what I want to, which means, to me at least, and I want to ask your guys' thoughts because you guys host the baseball show here on the network. It seemed to me like the Marlins are just constantly shaving money every single year,
Well,
and they're
they've
not
already-
actually trying to build a winning team.
Them, Arizona, Pittsburgh, a couple other teams have already gotten caught. So the rev share that comes out of the luxury tax and shit like that goes back to the smaller market teams so they can spend more money on facilities, so they can spend more money on players. All of those teams were just keeping the fucking money.
Right.
Right? And Jeter must have gotten tired of that losing. He's Mr. November. You know what I mean? He wins. Always. He's a fucking Hall of Famer. Not only did he quit as CEO, he also is out as a shareholder. He's selling his stock back to them.
Which, by the way, that says a lot because if you own shares in a fucking baseball team,
that's free money.
The Kansas City Royals were worth like $100 million in 2000, and they sold for $1 billion 2 years ago. So I think that's a pretty good ROI. So Jeter just leaving in disgust like that, and it's worth noting.
I looked up how much he actually owned of the team. By the way, the percentage he owned 4%.
4% of that team. Now the distribution every year for that distribution is like the payout that he gets relative to his. That's got to be millions of dollars. He just gave it away because he's tired. That's how bad the Marlins organization stinks.
The Marlins are essentially a money laundering operation for.
It's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Probably cocaine that goes through in Miami.
So's Pittsburgh, but it's for what? Steel?
Who even fucking knows?
Yeah, Big Steel's been up to.
It's for sandwiches.
Yingling and Steel
for a while now.
Canaries.
But the Marlins, the fucked up thing about the Marlins too is like they're this close. They're pretty good. They have a lot of pieces, and they just never give a fuck. I don't understand how in a major city filled with Cubans and Dominicans that stadium is empty all the fucking time.
There's more shit to do.
Yeah, and if you look at that team, because they traded away Stanton, they traded away Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
They traded away Ozuna.
Homeboy died in a boating accident.
Oh,
Fernandez,
shit, dude. I forgot about
Probably
that.
his fault.
R.I.P. That was his fault.
He did test positive for cocaine, but
And
that
was
just
driving.
means
Yeah, but
he was
cocaine
breathing
doesn't
alcohol.
affect your ability to swim.
Well,
He was driving.
he was driving.
It doesn't affect your ability to drive.
He
was
hit
breathing
a,
in Miami.
He hit the rocks.
He hit the rocks
pretty hard.
Yeah, he hit
Pretty fast.
A jetty.
You think he was trying to jump it?
You know,
It does affect your ability to want to jump shit.
they
Yeah.
said it was dark, and he was going.
Did
pretty
he jump the
fast.
shark?
No, but the entire boat.
Yeah.
The entire boat did. So R.I.P. to all those guys.
Oh, whatever.
And then Freddie Freeman, what's going to happen with him? There's rumors that Yankees are going to back up the truck for him.
I mean, well, a lot of people want him for sure. I still am pretty optimistic the Braves get it done, but like, yeah, it's
How do you let Freddie Freeman go? He was the fucking
know.
city, dude.
Don't fucking know.
No, it's who cares?
I care.
No, if it comes down to, as a fan of the Braves, if it comes down, one, if he cares more about money than making the team great, like the other two best players on that team, both took long-term, low fucking money deals to stay with that team and get stability.
Young. That was
Young.
partly.
Certainly, that is true, yes. But Freddie Freeman's worth about $150 million right now. So I don't want to hear this Latrell Sprewell shit about I can't feed my kids on $20 million a year. Fuck you, man.
But
I know
the number wasn't 20.
No, it's like 30. That's what it's going to end up being. Is 27 to 30 million a year, and that's fine. But if it's a heavy back end deal, we've seen it not once ever has it succeeded. Two of the best right-handed hitters in the history of baseball we've seen over the last 20 years, Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera. They might be the two best right-handed hitters ever. And both of those other than Hank Aaron and fucking Willie Mays, both of those motherfuckers have got to the age of 36 and then dump.
I don't think
it
that's
was
a
just
good
garbage.
I don't think that's a good comp to Freddie Freeman, though.
It doesn't.
because-
there hasn't been one person get better that wasn't on steroids after age
But
35.
I think it's only a 1-year deal is what the Braves were offering.
No, they offered him 5 years, $135 million.
And the
something
worst
like
part
that.
is, I think the sticking point wasn't even the rate; it was the extra.
He wanted one more year, yeah, and I wouldn't do it.
I would.
more
Fuck it.
Maybe a mutual option.
With the DH is going to be there. I like his. He's not like Pujols or whatever the fuck Cabrera, where he's like kind of a fat guy and is like bulky and shit like that. He's got a short, quick swing. I don't think he's going to age as badly as a lot of guys do. I think he's not going to be amazing at 37, but
How old is he
I'll
now,
just give
Bob?
it to him. He's like 32, 31, something like that. 31 maybe. I think.
32.
32. Okay.
Yeah, I give it to him. He won a fucking title. Give it to him.
No.
Yeah, give
No.
it to him.
Don't mortgage the future of the franchise for that shit.
I think he's going to be a lot more. And now, granted, I'm about to mention someone who took pay cuts to stay on the team. I think he's going to be a lot more akin to Chipper Jones' aging than.
Maybe. I don't know. He's had surgery multiple times on his right elbow, his front elbow, and that affects throwing. But as we saw with Ryan Zimmerman, it also affects your ability to swing the goddamn bat.
Yeah.
Right? And that is his lead arm, and he fucking pushes with his lead arm. I think after 35, Freddie Freeman's going to tank. So look, I would love to keep him around. He's great in the clubhouse. He's a fucking MVP candidate every single year. If we could keep him, that's great. But there's other options out on the market right now that can give you a commensurate amount of fucking production. That Freddie Freeman can.
The first base market is loaded. I mean, because you could
go get Matt Olson or some shit, like trade for him.
There's
so
Olson,
many different
Rizzo's
fucking
a
things.
free agent.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant, who you could move to first base, is a free agent. I mean, it's a good market.
Yeah.
If you do that, I'm fine. But if there's no options,
I think the
let's bring
Braves
Freddie back.
should tell Freddie to pound sand and sign Chris Bryant. Frankly.
Or you just lowball Freddie. If there's so many options out there,
They
just be
did.
like, hey,
That's
look.
what they did.
No, they didn't lowball him. They gave him the commensurate rate, but he wants to be the highest paid fucking. He wants to get the same deal, commensurate deal to what what's his nuts in St. Louis got, the guy from Arizona. What's his name?
Oh, Goldschmidt.
Yeah, Paul
Goldschmidt,
Goldschmidt. Yeah.
Who he is better than?
Raw power, no, but everywhere else, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sexual energy.
I mean,
off the
Freddie
charts.
Freeman can hit. Honestly, he could lead off. He could hit anywhere from 1 through 5 in the lineup.
Yeah.
Best at 2, probably. It's his best slot,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's a lot more versatile than Paul Goldschmidt. Better defensively as well.
Speaking of being versatile, mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros, double your deposit. Versatility in all these fucking bets. I took the first half of Duke last night. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Dude, and I chased live lines on Purdue, that Purdue game on Saturday.
Yeah.
That was a fucking blast. The live lines have become my new favorite.
Live
dude.
lines, especially in college basketball.
Ooh.
Oh,
The live lines. Did you hit any of the top 20s?
I didn't. So I only bet the 2. We'll get to that in a second. But
Honda?
I told you, I only bet winners.
Yeah,
Winners
the top-
only is all I do.
Top 20s are bailing us out.
I get it, but I only
making
bet
money
winners
every
only.
week.
I only bet winners only. Okay. If you love sports, how do you feel about making money? If you answered yes to either of those questions, then MyBookie is the place for you. Not only does betting with MyBookie make every game more exciting, but when you sign up and use the promo code Drinkin Bros, your first deposit is instantly doubled to $1,000. With thousands of bets to make on all your favorite sports, there's no shortage of ways for you to win at MyBookie.com. On behalf of having amazing lines, props, MyBookie has also become home to several exclusive contests and promotions so that you can't find anywhere else. To be honest with you, you were telling me when we were making those golf bets, you were like, Jesus Christ, the golf lines on MyBookie are insane.
Insane. Even the top 20s, like Straka, who actually won. We threw him out for a top 20. He was plus 350.
Yep.
Dylan Fratelli, plus 420 for a top 20. He holes out for Eagle on 18 to get
Brings home the
top 20.
fucking bacon for everybody. That's the deals you can find on MyBookie. Get off the couch and get into the game with MyBookie. Turn on your love of sports and then turn it into a new side hustle. Head to mybookie.com today. Use the promo code Drinkin Bros to get your first deposit instantly doubled up to $1,000. Start winning today. Bet anytime, anything, anywhere with mybookie.com. My only loss of the weekend on MyBookie was the Islam fight.
Yeah, well, we wanted to believe, right?
I wanted to believe. And I threw a hundo on the black guy. I don't know his
Mr.
name.
Green.
Bobby Green.
Yeah, Bobby Green.
Yeah.
There you go. UFC, it's easy to separate white and black in that, where you're just like, all right, great. The white guy looked too angry, and he looked like Dwight Schrute's cousin, Islam.
Mose.
Yes. There is...
He does look like kind of Mose.
My wife walked in, dead serious. The first thing she said to me, she goes, that looks like an inbred gypsy.
He's from Dagestan. Yeah.
Right. Is that what it is over there?
Russia.
They're
part of
step
Russia.
people.
They all... Did you see the whole family in the audience? They all look like they've had sex with each other.
What do you think? Literally, the
Ross,
other
none
part
of them were related.
The other part of the step, Chechnya. That's like been the whole news all like for the last 3 days with Ukraine. Like,
No,
oh
they
fuck, Putin sent in the Chechens.
Yeah, they just have the same haircuts. They rock the same facial hair.
It's weird, man.
It's just kind of like a,
It's not just the same haircut. They've got the exact same hairline.
Yeah, dude.
single one
Everything's
of them.
identical.
Yeah.
they got a good barber. I don't know.
Khabib was in the corner, and he looks.
He's a coach.
He
for
looks
him, yeah.
like his fucking uncle. Where it was just like, all right, great. Are all of them related?
Yeah,
it's
because
the
they
same
all,
exact look.
They all have a common ancestor, and it's only from like 800 years ago. It's Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
like it's not. We all have a common ancestor, but it's like 5 million years ago. But these guys, it's all Genghis Khan. It's not
all
that long
it's,
ago.
yeah, it's all
Look,
recent.
It was like 150,000 years ago, not 2 million.
Right.
For our modern, it's what is it called? Ancestral Eve or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one woman that just got dumped loads on.
Yeah. But anyways, Giorgio, let's get into it. I watched the fights over the weekend.
Yeah, what do you think of this fight particularly?
So
Like, what
Islam
happened?
is so fucking dominant
Yep.
that I don't know who's going to take that title away for 10 years.
Can you describe for the audience what he did in this fight?
He beat a man so bad that the guy actually looked afraid. And then afterwards, whenever somebody jumps up so excited to shake the other person's hand like they were fucking honored to be in there, to me, that shouldn't be a fucking thing.
Well,
like, you should go in fully expecting to win.
He was filling in. It was 2 weeks notice.
And that's what he said. His first remarks afterwards were like, look, I filled it on 2 weeks. I want a full camp to fight again against him. To me, a full camp's not going to do shit. That motherfucker looks every bit as dominant as Khabib.
He's about, I would say he's like 90% of Khabib, but that's better than everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think before we went on air, you said to me, they were like, they don't want to give him the belt because he'll never give it up for 10 years. No. I 100% agree. What do you do against this guy, Giorgio? Because immediately after the fight was over, Islam wants a title shot. He's like, look.
He'll get one.
The other guy is fine, and it's a lot of money, but I want a fucking title shot and then fight the other guy. What's going to happen?
I foresee him maybe getting one more fight before they throw him in there against Charles Oliveira or the Justin Gaethje.
Put the camera on yourself. Put the camera on yourself.
Everyone's saying he's up next. I just see there's one more fight that's going to squeak in there somehow. Like maybe Gaethje gets hurt if he beats Oliveira. Maybe someone else pops in. I mean, maybe they do the Beneil fight before that. I don't know.
To me, this guy is too dominant where I don't want to see him fight without the title anymore.
He hasn't fought anybody in the top 5 though. So
right.
That's kind of like his resume is not the most impressive. Like his best win's probably Dan Hooker,
who's is a top 10 guy necessarily.
He submitted him like 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah,
but everybody knew when Khabib was coming up. Like you could tell from just how he dominated fights and how he learned so much from one fight to the next. And how confident but quietly so he was that dude was going to fucking dominate that division.
Yeah. Islam right now, they put up odds against Charles Oliveira. Like if they fought, Islam's minus 450.
Yep. So in this
to the champion.
In this fight, by the way, I threw 100 on the other guy just because it was a huge odds.
It was 5-1.
Yeah. And I was like, let's fucking roll the dice with that.
Just in case he threw like a knee or something, like with Islam coming in charging. I don't know. Like maybe he would get lucky. I threw like $50 on it.
My wife peeks over my shoulder and she goes, who are you betting on? And I was like, because she watched the fight with me. And I was like, the white guy. And she goes, the black guy. And she goes, oh, okay, cool. 90 seconds later, that fight was over.
Well, you can't bet on Islam unless it's like a parlay, right?
You can't. The odds are too shitty. He's too fucking good. Let him fight for the title. Who holds the title in that division?
Charles Oliveira.
Okay. That'd be a great fight.
It would be.
What's stopping that?
He has to fight Justin Gaethje first.
Yeah, Gaethje's up.
And when is that fight?
It's coming up in May?
Yeah, I believe in May, yes.
Okay, so why couldn't they fight in the fall like September?
Maybe they will.
Yeah, maybe they will.
But again, I think there's got to be some hesitancy on Dana's part to let that happen and let another Dagestani guy.
Which is why he'll put another fight in between then because he's trying tooth and nail not to let him get the title.
Yeah, I mean, if Dana doesn't see
star potential,
no, he does see that. But I mean, if I think he sees Khabib and his new organization as a threat. Right, maybe not a major threat. Maybe, and it's not like people are going to stop watching UFC and go watch Eagle, whatever the fuck it is.
Eagle FC.
Yeah, but it's going to be more like Eagle FC is going to have a huge role to play in the UFC, and they're going to have way more control than Dana's willing to give anybody other than himself.
It could kind of be like a Champions Tour to UFC, where like Dana. Dana
it would be like
Khabib
LeBron.
have a pretty good relationship.
Khabib is going to have
Kevin Lee.
a lifetime brand name. And you won't see it now. You won't see it 5, 10, 15 years from now, though, is like really when Eagle FC is probably going to put pressure on the UFC. And I think Khabib has a big enough name in the sport to carry that on that long.
I think they also coexist, just because I think Khabib and Dana have a pretty good relationship.
We'll see. I mean, Dana's like he's like a fucking a tyrant. You know what I mean? Like Saddam Hussein. Anytime any of his generals got too powerful, he would just have them killed.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
Eagle FC has that Saudi money.
Yeah. I mean, they not only do that, but they have a fucking very specific talent pool over there that is perfect for the US, perfect for dominating in the UFC unless some kind of rule change happens. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like that, and I'm not trying to say Dana's paranoid or that he's wrong about it. I wouldn't want one splinter organization coming in and taking control of my fucking shit either. You know what I mean? Like that, it is... After all, a business that he owns. It's not just a fucking entertainment thing. He owns it's a business that he owns and wants to maintain control of. Maybe that's the new succession.
But I mean, he's still super hyped on like Chimaev, who's incredibly entertaining, but also kind of Dagestanish.
I mean, as long
Fights
as
under the Swedish flag, but
as long as they're fighting in the UFC, I don't think he cares. I just think, I think he'll keep promoting it. I just don't know if he wants to give them too much power inside of the organization. That would probably be a mistake for him.
But there's a card that's coming up in the fall, I believe, back in Dubai, and I think that's where they fight for the title.
Okay. But what's the time zone difference? Usually when those Dubai fights happen, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, but it's for that audience, right? It's for the Middle East audience.
So they pump it full of the Middle Eastern fighters. It's kind of, yeah.
Got it. So they don't give a shit about Americans on that one.
When they're at Fight Island, no.
Okay.
It's 2 in the morning in Dubai right now.
Is it really?
And they usually fight in the morning in Dubai, so like it's like afternoon here.
Oh, it's a coffee brawl.
It is. Yeah. It's usually like 6 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever they do Fight Island.
Yeah.
So
Fuck. Other than that, I was happy that it was free.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised that Islam wasn't fighting under pay-per-view.
The quality of fights you're getting now on these fight nights free with your ESPN Plus is amazing. Like,
It
if you're
is.
actually a fan of the sport.
No. Their last few fucking fight nights, it's been like 2 main fights, maybe. Like
I've enjoyed him. That chick undercard was a fucking war, dude.
right. It was good. It was a good card, after the fact, but like when you looked at it and you just saw, you're like, oh, this is like
Well,
the last few have just been kind of like top heavy with the main events, but like the rest of the card has been kind of no names.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fight nights are getting a little.
But if you put on entertaining fights, no matter what, people will come, and it's like they feel like they're getting a deal, especially with Islam at the top of that card, where they're like, all right, I just paid $5 for ESPN Plus for the month. You're giving me Islam as the top guy? Like, I'll watch the fucking card.
Any chance this Ukraine-Russia shit fucks around with Eagle FC? I mean, Dagestan is still a Republic of Russia, right?
You know, that's a great question. I have no idea.
I mean,
did he
I think
answer any of
they-
that after the fight? Did they ask him?
Eagle FC was going to have some American event.
They need to go full WWF from the 1980s, where they start putting, like, if 2 countries are at war together, they develop 2 characters from those respective
Iron
countries and let
Sheik?
them fight.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like the Iron
Yeah.
Sheik. I'm a big fan
Yeah,
of that.
and Sergeant Slaughter or some shit.
Well, all the Ukrainian
greats.
fighters are back actually fighting for their country right now. So
No, I mean, but like somebody from the West versus a Russian dude. I don't know. We did it in Rocky. Why can't we do it here?
Yeah, let's do it, Rocky. The Klitschko brothers are out there.
I think at this point, a trial by combat should really
Yeah.
settle
It
the
should.
entire thing. Like, send a Klitschko brother out.
we should never go to war again. Like it should only be trial by combat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fully agree.
I agree. Let's move on over to golf here. You did pick the guy that won,
Yeah.
but in the top 20 not to actually win.
Right. Shouts to Sepp Straka, first Austrian-born player to win on the PGA Tour, first win of his career.
Burger shit the bed.
Burger shit the bed hard.
He was up by 5 strokes
Yeah.
going into Sunday and then got destroyed.
That shit was gone by like hole 5.
Fucking nuts, dude. How much did you win off that?
Oh, Straka?
Yeah.
I mean, he was plus 350. So, I mean, I bet it was one of those fun weeks where you have like $1,800 in bets just flying around, but like they kind of cancel each other out. Ended up winning like $200.
All right. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's better than losing.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Do we have a good golf tournament coming up this weekend?
We have the Arnold Palmer at Bay Hill in Orlando.
Oh, shit. Is everybody drinking Arnold Palmer's there?
You got to think.
Yeah, one would have to imagine.
Or John Daly's. If you're in the crowd, probably
Yeah, you're
John
throwing in
Daly.
some vodka.
Is he doing the Masters this year for Hooters?
You would think so, yeah, unless he's dead.
Well, no, he's alive.
I would assume he does that until he's dead.
Yeah.
And he might die there.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Like, he's the type of thing that, like, he would have, like, 5 forms of terminal cancer, but still somehow find a way to die choking on a Hooters chicken wing bone.
Yeah. And like right after he just got another hole in one. He's got like 14 holes in one on like during actual PGA events in his life. That's weird. That's insane. That's an insane amount of that.
Yeah.
Nobody else is even close
And I mean,
to
the
that.
spread at Bay Hill is just fantastic. We used to always have our Christmas parties for Golf Channel at Bay Hill.
Really?
And that's probably why Golf Channel offices in Orlando went under, because we spent too much money on the Christmas parties.
Yeah. But you have to, though.
You have to.
You have to get out there.
You can't have like a non-fancy, like, bitch-ass party of, like, any kind if you're a country club sport channel.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
you
talking,
can't have a non
We're talking jumbo shrimp the size of your head on like
Right.
an ice sculpture.
You can't not be fancy.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Those are the best parties I've ever been in.
Well, we'll get to golf. Like you're going to do the picks.
Yeah, we're going to do
right,
the picks
tomorrow.
this week.
Tomorrow.
But I wanted to say congratulations.
Well, not really.
Because you look,
There's nothing more infuriating than having a guy like in some of your picks, but not fully trusting him to win the tournament.
You always fade yourself, though.
There's been 6 first-time winners on the PGA Tour already this year. So it's been crazy.
Okay.
When's the Ryder Cup? Because DJ was named captain yesterday, I think.
What? No, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Zach Johnson's taken over in Europe.
Because of Phil Mickelson.
Not this year, next year.
I
so
see. That's next year. Okay.
That'll be the next thing we chat about here. Phil Mickelson is losing literally every single sponsor.
Single sponsor.
His charity, all of it. Because one of the golf tournaments was giving money to his charity, and he was the host of it. Not only did they take him off as host, but then they took away his charity as well.
He got ship knucked. What's
going to happen with him?
Well, he's got to lay low because, like, maybe he'll start crawling back to the PGA Tour. I don't know. He might play the Masters. That's like the next tournament that I could maybe see him play. He's definitely not playing the Players.
He's got the fucking ego to do this. Like, he's going to be at the Masters.
Well, yeah, but like he doesn't have to interact with the PGA Tour if he goes to the Masters.
They don't
Because the
control any
Masters
of that shit.
the Masters runs their own tournament. But
Well,
like
all the majors run their own tournaments, so
Yeah.
he may go to all the majors. We'll see, right?
he'll definitely be back for the PGA because he'll defend his championship from last year, PGA
Yeah.
Championship. But yeah, he is kind of fucked because he's cash poor for sure. Like nobody acts this way with like stable finances.
And he's only, 51?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
many years left of golf.
But Phil's he's that kind of guy. He could come out and win the fucking Masters this year.
Fuck yeah.
That for me, despite how unsavory a human being he is, would be hilarious.
Be
Yes.
awesome. I would
Just to
100%.
watch those fucking pearl clutching PGA fucking organizational people have to fucking do press and shit after he wins and
Okay.
put the jacket on him and all that bullshit.
If he's in, we go and we chant Khashoggi on TV.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the PGA, I feel like pearl clutched for their own interests.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But like they don't really care necessarily. They would easily also do business with Saudi Arabia.
they've
despite
taken
as-
money from tobacco and fucking booze forever. So.
Right.
Yeah.
No. The problem was this was like a legitimate threat to their organization. Because
Yeah.
if, say, the Saudi Golf League or even the PGL takes the top 40 guys, the PGA Tour doesn't exist. Like nobody
Right.
watches that.
It's funny. I just want to see like other like actual sports media outlets who are the real like cultural pearl clutchers have to write about his incredible performance after he said something that stupid and offensive.
Oh, there's already defenders, right? Like Mike Wilbon, I believe, came on and was talking about how Phil's apology was so heartfelt. It's
Well,
like, he didn't actually apologize.
They
You know,
go
if you
together.
look at the apology, he does not apologize.
he didn't
No,
say,
he said
"I'm
he was
sorry."
taken out of context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not well.
Well, I
it's-
agree because I fucking hate Shipnuck, but whatever.
Oh yeah, you're a shit talker.
Yeah, it was off the record.
Yeah,
Either way,
Dan Regester, pornographer for.
Yeah.
he's
Total front
gonna
move.
he's gonna have to. I mean, the best thing he can probably do is win a tournament just
Yeah.
to force the issue. But
Win the Masters.
The second best issue is to just lay low for a while and then actually apologize, like 6 months from now, and then start doing tournaments again.
You lay low until April 7th.
Yeah, I would just come out eventually and be like, I did some reflecting, and what I figured out was that executing gay people is not the same as revolutionizing the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
He also just wanted to collect a check.
Close.
He just did not think this through. He cost himself probably, I don't know, $500 million in sponsorship deals for like the rest of his life.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Easily.
Know, you know what I think the problem was? He didn't just end at his qualifier. He could have just said they're scary motherfuckers, but this could revolutionize the PGA
yeah.
Tour.
He had to give an example of why they're scary.
like several examples of them.
Like
being,
if you just say Ray Rice is a piece of shit and all, but he's still a great football player and everybody deserves a second chance. That's a taboo statement, but it's not as taboo as saying Ray Rice is a piece of shit that beat the fuck out of his girlfriend in front of everybody, but he's a great football player.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you made a wrong decision there, Phil. You just
don't
gotta-
elaborate.
Yeah.
I think he's arrogant enough that he just didn't see that going anywhere of like, who cares?
Maybe. You can always apologize in the future for being ignorant or naive, but you can't apologize for saying what he said. You know what I mean? That's dumb. Enough of golf. Basketball is
NBA.
it's turning the NBA is turning interesting because the Sixers are really good now.
I said he would be fucking awesome on that team, dude. I was like,
Well-
that's a perfect fit.
He always does this, right? When he goes to a new team, he just kind of like He's essentially the person you meet, and you have like a few like the first date, the second date, the third date. Everything goes super well, but then you're a year and a half in, and then you're just like all these red flags start to pop up.
But here's why I think this is different.
They only need a couple of months.
Yeah,
we only need
you only need a couple months. 1, 2. I think he knows his legacy is on the line here because he's now hopped to 3 different fucking teams in the last 4 years.
He also isn't the guy.
No, but you have the guy on that team and you have Embiid. What I find curious is the fucking free throws. Jesus Christ, dude. People they're going to get pissed off here. That's the most amount of free throws I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's his entire game.
It's an awful game to watch.
It's the best.
It's an awful game to watch.
Yeah, but I mean, Embiid in this last game he was 23 for 27 from the line.
Right.
Harden only shot 10.
Right, but that's still 37 free throws.
I wanna read
out
you-
of 2 guys.
So
Found him.
the Sixers also have this guy Maxey, Tyrese Maxey.
We got
Sexy. He's sexy.
We got 3 guys that can score 20 a game.
Maxey's a sophomore player. To be frank, he didn't really play a lot of meaningful shit last year. He only started 8 games.
He was still good.
He was
really
good.
off the bench.
But the 2 games. I just want to read some of these stats.
It was very important for the trade for Harden that we kept Maxey. That was a big deal.
Yeah. And you're about to find out why. So over the last 2 games, the first 2 games Harden has spent with them against the T-Wolves and the Knicks. Not exactly the best teams in the NBA,
Knicks
but they're
are
not.
decent.
But they're not fucking terrible.
No, the Timberwolves are they're competing to make the playoffs in the
Yeah,
West.
both
those teams are all right.
Probably, yeah. So between Embiid, Maxey, and Harden against the T-Wolves, 29 for 46. That's 63% and 2 of those people were fucking jump shooters, right?
Yeah.
And Embiid takes quite a bit of jump shots as well. 10 for 15 from 3. 89 combined points, 17 assists, 5 turnovers. So 17 to 5 assist to turnover ratio and 5 steals. Against the Knicks last night, 23 for 46, so not quite as efficient, but pretty goddamn close. Hit 6 3-pointers. That was kind of off in there, but they shot combined, 35 free. They made 35 free throws among them. 87 points, 22 assists to 5 turnovers, and 8 steals. Now, they play like that, it's going to be tough for any team in
And
the
the
NBA
best
to beat them.
part is we get to minimize Tobias Harris's minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a complete non-factor.
I think, looking at it after what I've seen for the last 2 games there, it's got to be Sixers versus Bucks to go to the championship. And they match up really fucking well.
Or the
And I
Nets.
don't know who. No, I don't think the Nets can do it.
I would
man.
like
Nets
to
are
play the
soft.
Nets. I want to play Ben Simmons.
That's fair.
I think you will.
I want to.
I think you will, actually, in the playoffs. And that's going to be a fun fucking series.
I'm not sure the Nets make it out of that play-in situation, to be honest.
Nets are soft.
They are soft. They don't have a fucking closer, and that's the thing.
Durant?
Well, it'll depend if Kyrie's allowed to play in the States. So they lifted the mask mandate.
Kyrie can play wherever he wants.
They lifted the mandate, and he's still not allowed to play, which is
That'll-
weird.
By-
You're still
by-
running out. You're running out Durant. You're running out Seth Curry. You're running out Simmons.
It's a great team.
It's a good team.
Yeah.
Well, Simmons is not great.
Kyrie's got to
I think
play.
Still good.
Simmons is like elite
Elite
defensively.
defensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah, but I don't think they make it out of that. I think they probably lose to Atlanta or something like
They're
that.
soft. But
Atlanta
Kyrie Irving is
sucks.
going to show Ben
Atlanta's going
Simmons
to make it as
some,
like a 10 seed.
Yeah,
They're fucking awful.
It
I know.
depends. But
Very disappointed. I
it
took
de-
a flyer on them. To
It'll
win
Yeah.
depend on who steps up and becomes the non-star closer for the team. Like Chris Middleton last year for the Bucks is the reason they won that title. Look, Giannis had quite a few off games, as I recall, right? Chris Middleton, I don't remember him not playing well in any game, especially down the stretch, like the
Dude's
last 2 series.
rock fucking
He's
solid.
just fucking nuts. Who's that going to be for the Sixers, right? Because Harden doesn't have that rep.
It should be, though.
Embiid does kind of in the regular season. We'll see if it translates now that he's actually got backup in the playoffs.
But that's why I'm saying if you're Harden, this is your legacy here
Yeah.
because he should be that guy. And if he's not, then they'll never win.
I don't think Harden needs to be the guy. Embiid is the guy. Embiid fucking makes a great play, gets the ball to Simmons, and Simmons stands there 2 feet from the basket. I'll never forget that shit. I'll never forget
Wouldn't
watching Ben
dunk
Simmons.
on Trey
Like,
But let me
What
ask
the
you,
fuck
as a
was that?
Sixers fan, if the ball, you've got 3 seconds left, who does it go to? Then?
Embiid, 100%.
Inside, though, I don't want him taking a 3,
No,
which he loves to do.
Yeah, he loves it.
he does.
Loves to take 3.
Also worth noting for Harden in terms of like legacy or whatever you want to fucking call it, he famously like 2 or 3 years ago shit on Giannis. I mean, like, I wish I was 7 feet tall. He just runs and dunks. There's no skill to that.
Oh, yeah.
Now Giannis has a fucking ring,
and they're going to be playing each other.
And
Maybe he's
James,
motivated.
what do you
Yeah.
got, James? Your fourth fucking team?
Yeah.
Like,
Plus, he can only go to Delilah's so many times
Is that the strip club?
in Philly. Yeah,
that sounds grim.
It sounds yeah. It sounds dark.
it's not great in Philly.
No,
Okay.
it sounds like there's like a high school cheesesteak situation.
Wasn't
there.
Delilah the character from the Bible that like stole Samson's power?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cut his hair, stole his power.
Also a nice
is it a-
hipster song too.
Yeah, what's
it
it
a
like in New
barber?
York City?
Hey there, Delilah.
Yep.
Reliant K, right?
There you go.
No.
White
What's the
T-shirt.
Yeah, plain white tee.
Plain
There
white
you go.
tees.
That was close.
Reliant K is a Christian band.
Oh, are they really? God, they don't get enough love.
They don't. Sadie Hawkins dance.
They used to play on the Hollister soundtrack as well.
Did they really?
Oh yeah.
Of course they did.
Big fan. Big fan.
It probably had a festival with Trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong.
That's trapped
You
with
want to
two
mosh for
T's.
Christ?
Sean, next up, we got some breaking news here from the Cowboys. They just paid a $2.4 million settlement. 4 cheerleaders got the money after a voyeurism allegation was made against a senior executive from 2015.
They find Jerry
Were they
Jones's
fucking-
hole that he drilled in the wall.
That's whenever I read a voyeurism story, that's what I pictured. Do you remember the Aaron Andrews one?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally what they did.
That
they
dude
just drilled into the fucking
Like that hotel,
wall.
she made like fucking several
dude.
dollars off of that.
It was.
By the way, Joel Embiid is leading the league in points in clutch time.
Is he really?
Yeah,
we go.
5.1 clutch
Shit.
points per game.
What's the PER situation? Is Jokic still on top of that?
He's last time I looked, he was way ahead.
I heard Aaron Andrews got $30 million from that deal.
It's not bad. I'll let somebody watch me fucking do
Undress.
whatever she was doing. I
She
don't
wasn't
know
even
what
doing anything.
She was
was just in a
she was
hotel.
naked, curling her hair and then doing some crunches.
Who was she getting $30 million from, though? Wasn't it just
From the
guy?
The
hotel.
hotel. So the hotel gave her info out to the guy of where she was staying. Yeah,
It's gonna be
room
like,
number.
That guy's like 30 million liquid.
No, not that guy. It was the,
The
hotel
hotel.
chain.
It was like Rad-
Aaron
like a
Andrews
Radisson
is
or
smart as
something.
fuck.
Oh shit, it's closer now. So it's Jokic is 32.56, Embiid is 32.25, and then Giannis is 32.1. This is the closest I've ever seen it this late in the
God
season.
damn.
Whomever wins since 2012, I think, whoever wins PER wins MVP.
Yeah.
Regardless of playoffs or any of that other
Fucking
bullshit.
stat nerds.
It's got to be Embiid this year. It feels like Embiid's year.
Maybe. I don't know. Jokic is fucking great, man. I mean,
He is, but that team is invisible this year.
Well, he won last year. He's not going to win again this year. They're
I
just
don't
not
think
going to
so
give it to
either.
him twice. Yeah,
it's
'cause they're
unlikely.
invisible. You're right. Like
unlikely.
And
Back
they've
to
already
back.
given Giannis 2.
How many? Who's won back-to-back MVPs?
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry,
Michael Jordan.
Jordan.
Was it Curry? Did Curry win back to back?
Yeah, he won unanimous, and then he won. again.
LeBron, maybe? Kobe's never done it. I think Kobe's only got one MVP.
They
Why
just
Shaq won all
whenever
those MVPs?
they give somebody an MVP, they don't like giving it to them the year after.
They don't.
They really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan.
Oh, shit. The mayor just said of New York City can't make an exception for just Kyrie. So there you have it.
Huh.
It would send the wrong message to other city workers.
Man.
So
Moses Malone did it for different teams.
For
Moses
the
Malone
Sixers
was
and then
the
when he
shit,
left.
dude.
Now, Moses Malone was a great athlete when there were no other great athletes.
Well,
Hold on. It was 1980. It
was
there
the 80s.
Good athletes in 1980.
Dude, have you ever watched footage of Moses Malone playing basketball? All these fucking like 18, 19 rebound a game things. It's him. There's a fucking 6'2" guy, and then him missing layups over and over again.
It was him and Dr. J. You're saying
the
Dr.
two
J
of them.
wasn't a good athlete?
That's
he
two
was.
people.
He was just old. Yeah.
You
On
only
the
gave
same team.
You only gave me
Sold.
one other example.
I mean, Kareem was there, right?
He was in
Was he?
Milwaukee then, right?
Yeah.
When did he go to
no,
LA?
Kareem was in LA by then.
When did he go to LA? Like 81 or 82 or something?
Maybe something like that. But Kareem was, I don't even know if you could call Kareem a great athlete as much as just like great hand-eye coordination.
Kareem-
You can't dunk
has-
on Moses Malone. That was too far after. I'll hear out Wilt Chamberlain because he went
What
against
about
like
Bill
5
Russell?
foot white guys.
Bill Russell's
Well,
the same, right?
Bill Russell would shut down Wilt Chamberlain every time.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that just means he's better than the other retard.
Yeah, he's just better than the other
Yeah.
guy.
Wilt was better in the
I
bedroom.
mean, even when you're watching like fucking quarterbacks throwing the 7, like watch Terry Bradshaw footage and tell me that man doesn't play like he looks like he does today.
Bitcoin just jumped
That's true.
by like fucking $10,000.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Russia, baby.
Yesterday, I think it was at like 34 or some shit, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, is it
Do you
30?
think it's because the Judo Federation
Leave-
replaced Putin as president?
Well, you know, FIFA just pulled Russia out of the World Cup.
Leave the Jews out of it.
FIFA just pulled Russia out of the World Cups. Speaking of which,
So no World Cup team, and Putin doesn't get to be the head of the judo community.
It was 5 days ago. It was 34,626. Today it's 43,428.
What's Ethereum?
Here's what I would suggest to settle another great way to settle this war. Putin loves to play hockey, right?
Yeah.
He loves to hop on with the Russian national team. Have the Ukrainian national team play the Russian national team, but Putin has to be on a shift.
What is this, Mighty Ducks?
I like
Get
it.
out of here with that shit.
I like it.
Yeah, like
No, but
Putin
Putin has to
shirtless.
see ice.
Let him do his shirtless.
Putin's on his normal shift.
ETH is up 12%. It's up to 29.29.
All right.
There you go.
This is a great day for crypto assholes to be like, see, I fucking told you.
Buy the dip.
War is good for crypto.
It is.
Because that's the easiest way to spend money or send money to Ukraine.
You know that the ruble.
Swift was good for crypto today. Let's face it.
I want to say the ruble I read dipped below Robux, and Robux is the currency in the game Roblox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ruble is worth less than Robux.
What about Cole's Cash?
Well,
Big fan of
nothing's-
Cole's Cash, dude.
Nothing's.
Big
That's a
fan
great
of
value.
Cole's.
You know, the dude who started Cole's, Herb Cole, he was the senator from Wisconsin forever, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Herb Cole.
Tammy something or other.
Duckworth?
No, she's from Illinois. It's Tammy something. She's still there, actually. But it was so funny when I worked in politics there. Everybody on the left just referred to him as a bachelor. Like, dude, you're the liberals. You can just say he's gay. Like, oh, he's, never been married, no kids. Like, okay, and he's how old? 78? Like, oh, he's gay.
Yeah.
He's gay. Has he ever had a girlfriend? No.
What was his
Okay.
job? He started a clothing store.
Yeah. He started a department store. Fucking him and Lindsey Graham should have been fucking hanging out.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Be
Anyways,
great.
back to basketball. The Heat, still good. The Bulls, still good. This is the first time in the last 2 years or so, this is the first time in as far back as I can remember since the Bulls that the East was definitely competitive every single year with multiple teams.
The playoffs will be fun this year.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. And the West, too. I mean, I think the West.
Besides the Lakers. I don't know that the Lakers make it.
I think the Grizzlies are in third in the West right now. I think they're overperforming a little bit. I think
John Moran is fucking
he is, but
dope.
I think they're like kind of like the Braves in 2020 or 2019. There's a little bit ahead of schedule because they're so athletically talented. But the Jazz have a good squad. They don't have a closer.
Get the fucking Jazz out
The
of my
Jazz
face.
don't have a closer either. Like they have no team.
Mitchell's good.
Donovan
Mitchell's
Mitchell's
closer.
fucking great.
A closer, a guy that fucking makes sure they
he's
win
that
games
dude.
when it's on.
He's
the,
pretty
does
fucking
that.
good.
where
dude.
is he? He gets fucking blasted in the fucking playoffs.
No, he puts up the numbers and then he gets like
The rest of his
it's
team
always
folds.
it's always another guy
Yeah.
on the other team that like outduels him. But they both put up like 50 points.
Okay.
Do you remember when
so
he was
he's
going
not-
against
so-
Booker and it was like 50-48?
Closing,
Curry, too.
closing means you win the game.
But the
man.
Jazz themselves,
Yeah, they don't have any team identity at all. The Mavericks also, I think, are kind of lazy, to be honest.
You still got Luka.
fuck the Mavericks. I don't think. The
I
Mavericks
think
are
out
shit.
of
the
Never
Nuggets
know,
at
yeah.
6 are a fucking good bet to make a run just because they're so talented.
Lakers at 9.
Lakers
No.
are
Lakers won't make
They'll
it.
be in that. Yeah, they will. It's
Well,
a
they'll be
playing
in the
game.
play-in.
they're 2.5
They're in
games.
that bullshit.
We
10
still have 2 months left in the
Yeah,
season.
there's 10 teams that make it in every conference.
The
I don't think
Lakers
they'll do it. I think they've given up.
The Lakers are 2.5 games from being out of the playoffs.
I turned on a game. I think it was either Saturday or Sunday, and they were down by 30, and it looked like they'd given up. There was a pass from Andre Drummond that the Lakers fans kept sharing over and over again. He literally just threw it down the middle of the floor to no one.
Dude.
I mean, it landed in the crowd.
Andre Drummond, like this is a team of zombies.
Yeah.
like it's
They've
all,
lost 5 of their last 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of their last 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're bad.
And that includes the taking some time off from the All-Star break, and they just came back from the break and lost 2 in a row.
How did no one understand? Like, I feel like there were most people saw this, but like a loud Twitter section wouldn't agree to it because everyone's way too high on Russell Westbrook.
But like, who's going to shoot the ball for this
No
team?
one is high on Westbrook at all.
Dude, I don't know. There's still tons of people on Twitter. They're like, he's so dope. Look at his numbers. Look at that play. Like, Russell Westbrook fucking sucks and honestly was never good.
No, as a team
That's
player.
false.
As
That
a
is
team player.
very
he's not.
wrong.
Bob.
He is just older. He lost all explosion. Like
Easy, Bo.
he was good.
He was numbers.
He was very good.
He's a-
Oklahoma
he-
City Westbrook was a monster.
Yeah, he was a great basketball player. He was not a great team player.
Yeah.
And never has been and never fucking
Him
will
and
be.
Durant and fucking Harden. That team was.
They should have shipped
So
off
Yeah, it was
Westbrook.
filthy.
not
They
Harden.
should have won 2 titles.
No, they
there.
should have shipped out Ibaka.
Yeah, Surge. Before we take off, Giorgio, when is this Colby Covington Masvidal fight?
This weekend.
This
Okay,
weekend.
great. So, are you guys doing an MMA show to cover that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Because that I'm really looking forward
Well, we
to,
had
and
a-
I'm assuming that's pay-per-view, correct?
Yes, we had a big disappointment though. The Faziz RDA fight has been pulled. Faziz has COVID, and he was part of a parlay that me and Dan were going to pitch.
Do we have an RDA replacement opponent?
I don't know yet. I do not have confirmation on that, but we do have confirmation on we'll have a replacement in that parlay for you coming up on the UFC show.
Maybe it should be
Great.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah?
Get him
in.
involved in UFC too.
He's not doing anything right now.
He does judo.
Does he?
Well, not anymore.
Okay.
Well, he's not allowed.
Put him in the fucking
Not
UFC
allowed
ring.
anymore.
Not allowed. Not allowed. This is going to be fun. March Madness is coming up. A lot of things to gamble on. Go to mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will double your deposits. For D'Anthony Holloway, Delco Dan, Hot Bob, Papa Giorgio, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Monday Morning Recap Show. Good morning, everyone.